was Tim's daughter.
Who?
Remember Tim from Breath Life?
Yeah, that's his daughter?
That what he say. Who did I talk to a call about my daughter growing up so fast? Because God ain't answering me. I want her to go back in. So,
ain't he Marcus' age? Huh? He Marcus' age, ain't
he? Yeah. No, he a little bit older.
Okay.
I don't even want to talk about this situation. She was really bad. But
Not yet. Welcome to another edition of the Presidential Executive. Your boy Rad, JP. Again, if you're joining us for the first time, or if you're a continued person to keep on viewing this, please like, subscribe to JBTV, and check us out. Hit the notification bell so whenever we drop a new episode that you will be right there for it. You'll be one of the first to know about it. Okay.
And how can they follow you on social media?
My social media at the JB901. That's on Instagram and Twitter.
You can also follow me on the gram. It's the number 777 Stringer at Instagram, 777 Stringer on Twitter. And I believe it's the same thing on Snapchat, Facebook. Stringer Bell also got a music page, Stringer the MC. You can follow on Facebook as well, personal page, Stringer Bell on the book. So, like as well as this page, share the video, subscribe, you know what I'm saying? Hit the thumbs up button, hit the notification bell so you can know when we post new videos. And like I said, follow us on the Snapchat, the gram, Twitter, Facebook, you know what I'm saying? Follow us, support what we're doing.
I mean, to ask you, what's the 777?
Because my real name, my middle name, first, middle, and last name, all have 7 letters in them. Roche Orestes Ragland. That's 777. Okay. So that's why. Okay. And then the stage name Stringer, so it's like 777 Stringer.
I don't know why I was looking like a biblical.
No, and that's why even like with the tattoos, I got the two number 7s on the shoulder and the Roman numeral 7 right there. Is because 7 letters in my first name, 7 letters in my middle name, 7 letters in my last name.
Okay, he enlightened me on that because I thought it was something else. Okay, that makes 7. Wow. Okay. Now, one of the things you brought up, I think it was in episode 3, and I think we're talking about Ice Cube.
Oh, okay.
We're talking about Ice Cube, and we brought up, the difference between fairness and equality. And I thought
we're gonna have to definitely have a part 2 to this eventually.
Yeah, I think we might have to, because I don't know if we should just keep going on about that. But I wanted to see what was your thoughts on that when you said it. Maybe not even in that regard, as far as with Ice Cube, but just period.
Okay, so like everybody says that they want to be equal, and when you think about what equal means, that means that I get exactly what you get. And you're a parent, you know this. I'm a parent. Everything can't be equal. Mm-hmm. So like my daughter is the oldest. She can't be punished the same way as her baby brother can, and that's my daughter is my only, child with her mom, but she has, little brothers. Yeah. They can't be punished on the same level because it's an age gap. They're in 2 different age levels. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? So now what's fair is that when you are disobedient or you don't do what you're supposed to be doing, you get punished. When your baby brothers don't do what they're supposed to be doing, they get punished. That's fair. But equal, you don't get the same thing. And so a lot of times we holler equality, but we don't really think about what that means. Right. And so like we were having this conversation off camera, like if a woman tries to fight me, if we're equal, doesn't matter that you're a woman. Right. If you come at me disrespectfully, like I would, like when nigga run up on me in the street, and when I say nigga, I ain't talking about black people, I mean anybody. White, black, whatever. Jew nigga, new nigga, like whatever you are, when you run up on me, I'm gonna deal with you accordingly. Right. In 2016, or going into 2017, I had to go to court because somebody ran up on me at Walmart. Right. When Trump got elected, he was feeling himself. I had to deal with that situation accordingly. Yeah. You see what I'm saying? And I didn't start. I tried to walk away. Yeah. But equal means that it doesn't matter whether you stand up or sit down and pee. I'm gonna deal with you accordingly. That's equal. Right. Now, fair means that I will deal with you based on where you are. So now, if a dude run up on me, I'm gonna deal with you the way I deal with a man. If a woman runs up on me, I'm not gonna ignore you. I'm gonna deal with you, but I'm not gonna deal with you in the same way because it's not equal.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? And so a lot of times we think that fair and equal means the same thing, and it doesn't. Like we have a concept or an idea of it, but we don't really take the time to step back and think about what that really means. Because right now in my job, like none of my female coworkers, and no disrespect any of them, but they're not bodybuilders, they're not weightlifters. It's no woman who works at my station that could do as many push-ups as I can straight. I ain't even got to put money on. I know that because I do that.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? Yeah. So like now what's equal is that if I got to do 50 straight, you got to do 50 straight. That's equal.
Right.
What's fair is okay, Roche, you do the most that you can do, and Shannon, you do the most that you can do.
Yeah.
That's fair.
Yeah.
And so if I'm held accountable to Roche, if your most is 50 straight and Shannon, your most is 25 straight, I'm holding Shannon accountable to doing, you got to do your 25. Roche, you can do 50, you got to do your 50. That's fair. But equal?
Yeah.
Can't be equal.
Right.
It's no such thing as different and equal.
Yeah.
A square and a circle, they're different. They're not equal. Their dimensions are not the same because if the dimensions are the same, they would fit, right?
Right. See, it's funny you bring that up because I'm laughing because, I do kickboxing a few times a week, and, I'm in there, we do push-ups, burpees, and all this stuff, and it's a few women in there, but they do kind of the lady push-ups and not really going at it on the back, you know what I'm saying? So it's two different energies kind of going at it, but then, I'm spent, and then, they may not be as spent because they're not, maybe going at a level that I'm probably going at. And, I think it's real interesting because we're in this, what you call it, I guess, the Me Too world. The Me Too, the culture and everything else. Like, women want the same respect.
They want the double standard.
Yeah, they definitely want the double standard. Just like with the WNBA, they put up a thing. I believe it was Sue Bird and LeBron. He makes this and she makes that. As far as within that, like, to me, you're never going to be equal in that regard with the WNBA and the NBA.
But okay. Like, let's just deal with
two
numbers,
different
right?
markets.
No, but let's just deal with numbers. On the planet, it's more women than it is men.
Sure.
Women actually outnumber men on the planet 15-1. Yeah. So really, the WNBA should be thriving more than the NBA. But the problem is that it's more women that are not watching the WNBA as opposed to regular NBA. It's a lot of women watching the NBA.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? And so again, a lot of these guys, I was just looking at the tweet, but it was talking about how like the 2016 Olympics, like how DeMarcus Cousins and DeAndre Jordan and DeMar DeRozan and Jimmy Butler went to this brothel, and one of the ladies was with Jimmy Butler and had to ask for a week off because she was Michael Jordan's son. Like I said, the last son coming soon. I'm producing it, but but women look at these men like, oh, you're so handsome, you're this, that, or whatever. Now, and this is no like if you're a woman and you like women, that's your business. But like, I don't want to watch a woman acting like me. Like, you don't appeal to me. Just like I'm not gonna watch two men that like each other. That's not my thing. Right. That's what you want to do, fine, more power to you. But I'm not gonna watch y'all do y'all thing. Yeah. So you got these women who act like men, some of them, and I'm supposed to be engaged into that. And then and that's fine if that's what you want to push. But what they're not doing is the girl that's pretty is not being marketed. The girl that is married with kids is not being marketed. The girl that's single looking for her husband is not being marketed. They're really only pushing these women, right? They're only pushing these women who like women, and they're not even expressing their femininity. Yeah. So, because again, like with guys, like we don't mind seeing two women, but if neither one of y'all is feminine, like that doesn't appeal to me. Right. So that side of it is not being marketed. Whereas with the guys, in the NBA, the NFL, like you see these commercials and things, the guys had their shirt off, they're lifting weights or working out. So now we like the team, but my girl liked the way Zeke looked with his shirt off.
Right.
She liked Jimmy Garoppolo because he handsome.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And oh, by the way, last game, 49ers, shout out to my Niners for beating the Patriots in spite of Jimmy throwing 2 interceptions. But what they call Jimmy, handsome Jimmy, porn star Jimmy.
Mm-hmm.
He's a handsome guy.
Right.
I don't like men, but if Jimmy walked with it, like, we could go out with Jimmy and be like, oh yeah, he finna pull something. He's a nice looking dude.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And you know, my baby brother, like, you know, like if I go out with my baby brother, like I already know, like women are checking him out. He's a handsome guy.
Yeah. Light-skinned bandit.
Right, we get that. Yeah. You see what I'm saying? But now I'm supposed to the other side of, for the casual fan that's not into the teams, that doesn't know the teams or the roster, that says, oh, you know, she's cute. Who is that? Let me watch this. Because that exists. Right. We got to stop acting like that don't exist.
Yeah.
Because most of us, we're not approaching or we're not talking to somebody that we don't find attractive. Like everybody that's married or with somebody is something about that person that appeals to you. So let's stop acting like people don't look at people for their attractiveness or for their appeal. Mm-hmm. But you're not showing the other side of it. You're only showing these women who act like men, and that's fine. Mm-hmm. If that's where you are, that's cool. It's not my place to disparage you.
Well, let me just say that I don't think it's fine just if you're trying to market the WNBA to be on the level of the NBA, to your point, just because it's okay in the fact of if that's your choice and that's what you like to do or that's the way you get down, that's fine. But if you want to be on the level of the NBA, I've seen, you know, WNBA players come out, be like, well, why aren't we making $5-something million a year? But I'm just like, well, nobody's watching. You know what I'm saying? You don't have the infrastructure of the NBA to even ask for that type of money doing your craft. Like most of the people, the women that play in the WNBA, they play overseas first.
Right.
You know, then they come back to the WNBA and make, you know, a good 6 figures. Some players, you know, more than others. But just
and so peep game though. Check this out. Like you watch it, we watch a lot of podcasts.
Yeah.
I see the Let's Get Technical joint with Bonds and Wells and Sheed. Get Your Popcorn with Matthew Hatcher and T.O. The Gilbert Arenas joint. I believe it's the Agent Zero joint. Like they all are with like Blue Chew. They're with the Manscaped thing. The Keeps about the hair. Like they are endorsed by products that men need or use.
Yep.
Where is the woman in the WNBA that's using Maybelline?
Right.
And Gilbert had pointed this out on his. Where's the woman that's on a Victoria's Secret commercial?
Yeah.
Because regardless of whether they like each other or not, like you're still a beautiful girl. So where are you getting? So now if I'm looking at you on a Victoria's Secret commercial or a Maybelline commercial and you're showing your glamorous side and I'm looking like, who is that?
Yeah.
Now I want to see you where you're at, regardless of what your orientation is. I want to see like, who is this chick? Let me see what she on. Let me see where she at. Let me see this. But you're not. So when I think about Gatorade, I don't think about Brittany Griner.
Yeah.
I think about Jordan. Right. When I think about Gatorade, I'm thinking about MJ. I'm not thinking about Brittany Griner.
Sometimes I drink.
I don't never, and again, no disrespect to Brittany Griner. She's a beast, but I'm not thinking about Brittany Griner.
Yeah. She endorsed Gatorade?
No, I'm not saying she is. I'm just saying if she was, I wouldn't be thinking about her. Okay. I'm thinking about MJ.
Right.
When I think about Nikes, I'm thinking about the Jordans or whoever do Nikes, Kobe, LeBron. That's who I'm thinking about. I'm not thinking about Sue Bird. Or Diana Taurasi, and I'm a basketball fan. I consider myself a basketball aficionado. Them women could get down. I don't think I could beat either one of them. Now you talking about old girl down the street, like I ain't gonna lie, I probably got her, but like for somebody who continued on to do that, like this is what you do, and you played on a college level, on an overseas, no, I can't do that. That's what you do for a living.
Yeah, I'm a Maya Moore fan.
You know, Maya Moore is balling, like you know what I'm saying.
You know, she just got married,
right? And then like, and I ain't gonna lie, like Skylar Diggins was somebody like before she got married, like I'd be looking at Candace Parker, like if I saw them, in the club or somewhere, and I was like, man, what you do for a living? I'd be tuning in,
right.
And you know what I'm saying. But like, if you standing there next to me, like grabbing the middle of your pants, and I'm like, what do you grab? Like, and you say you like, oh, okay, cool. Like I'm not necessarily, but again, it's about the appeal. So if you're not appealing to a certain fan base, and that's fine to appeal to that fan base because that's your life, you need to appeal to them. But you're neglecting a large group of people, and that's where the money is. And so I'm not saying that you need to change your life as much as I am saying you need to consider that the same people who look at a makeup commercial, at a Victoria's Secret commercial, at whatever other products are out there that can be endorsed. Because I would be trying to get my money. And Gilbert had a point. He said his money went up when he's like, he said his agent was like, well, you know, women, you know, are checking you out. So like after you make a 3-pointer, they was like, wear your shorts a little shorter so they can see your legs. Because he used to wear the big, and he's like, really? Like people like, and so he wore his shorts a little bit short. Like when you, and so if you watch highlights of him, like after he make a bad and lift his shirt, like let the women see how handsome you are and how attractive you are. Right. And so, but that was a money thing. Yeah. So now if you're talking about getting your money, you know what I'm saying? Like how much can you do without selling yourself, without selling your soul, but still get your money? How can you be yourself but still get your money? And that is where they have to find that common ground, because again, if certain teams are playing and I'll tell them myself, if certain teams are playing, like when the Lynx, Minnesota would be playing, I would watch Minnesota. Like I would watch Phoenix, but just, and I was so removed, like when I was looking at the teams, I was like, what happened to the Houston Comets? Like I didn't even know they weren't a team anymore. You know what I'm saying? Like, but again, it's like from when it first started to where it is now. Now it's just like pushing the alphabet community. And so in as many of the alphabet community as it is, they should be tuning in and paying and buying money and all of that.
But to your point, I'm thinking like the LGBTQ community, I mean, they're pretty massive, especially in this country. So I mean, let's be honest, a vast majority of the WNBA are homosexual.
But they're not getting that income from those people. Yeah. And so like you want me to give my money, but you're not appealing to me.
Yeah, because I think they, on one end, they want to be affiliated with the NBA just because how massive a success the NBA is. But then on the other side, the NBA, like you said, is mostly you're promoting heterosexuality. You're not getting into, you know, the men's locker room to see, okay, well, this person, he likes men or whatever. It's frowned upon, basically. So if you're trying to piggyback off that type of league within that,
and let's be honest, like it's kind of hard. Probably outside of the dudes that have come out, we know it's probably some dudes that's.
But the people that came out though, they always came out when they were retired.
But even with that, it's like
Jason Collins.
Nobody cares about your lifestyle per se. So all a woman watching the game sees is that's a handsome guy. Whether or not he ever meets this woman, whether or not they ever have a conversation, they ever go out, they ever kick it, she just knows he's fine to her, and she likes watching him out on the court. So she's finna give out her money. She finna get tickets for her boyfriend or her husband because she want to see this handsome, fine man run up and down the court. Right. Now, what he does on his personal time, she doesn't really care. And to his credit, even if that's what he is, he does not throw that in the face of that woman who would probably not tune in because she doesn't necessarily care about the game. Well, on the flip side, I can't watch a WNBA game and appreciate the game of it. You know, it's vastly different. If you've ever watched a WNBA game, it's vastly different. They don't really allow, like, the same girl you might see at the park and be like, man, she got game. They don't let them do a lot of that. So you take that out of the game, which would be appealing to us. But then also, and we knew the girl growing up that would get out there and play, but she was still fine. Like, oh, no, I'm posting up. No, I'm posting up. Because she was gorgeous, and she was still gorgeous, but she was still a girl. She still was a woman, but she was still didn't mind showing her beauty. But you take a lot of that out. Right. So now, I got to watch a bunch of women who I wouldn't approach if I was out. So like I would, hey, I would hold the door for you, but like I'm not giving you a second lip.
And it's not even the tattoos for me. Like tattoos can be sexy. Tattoos are cool. It's just where the like how you present yourself. Just like the Dwight Howard goes with one of the Sparks girls. I think her name is Tia Cooper. You know, and she's.
I didn't know that. Never mind.
I'm sorry. Yeah. I think her name is Tia Cooper.
No, it wasn't about the. Never mind.
Okay. But she has been seen on Instagram and stuff with very feminine clothes on. And so that's like, from a man's perspective, like you're interested. Like I didn't know anything about her.
Man,
that's how I know that she goes with Dwight Howard, because I'm just like, who's this? Because from one, I'm not used to WNBA players.
Yeah.
Really.
What's the girl name? Play for LA, and she be doing the comments. She be doing the analyst stuff. Sinead Ngakwe.
Yeah. The dark girl. Is she dark? Yeah. She nice.
Man, if I dance with her, I got a chance with her. So.
See, and that's.
Hey, I ain't tied down. Hey, Sinead Ngakwe, if you ever see this, I'm just saying, like.
Presidente, single, random mingle.
Hey, she is. Woof. But that's somebody who shows her femininity. So even if she doesn't like me, that's cool.
Yeah.
No problem. Respect.
Yeah.
But she shows her femininity, and so now when she's on, a lot of times, because she elocutes in a way that is engaging, and I can listen, and it's like, okay, yeah, I dig that. I like the point that she's making, but like, what get me is the thumbnail. Like when I see her, like I tune in. I don't know what she's talking about. I tune in because I see her, because that is must see YouTube TV for me. When I see that gorgeous chocolateness pop up, let me see what she's talking about.
Yeah.
And so then as I'm listening, I'm like, oh dang, you know what? She make a good point.
She know what she's talking about. Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? So like I'm able to get past the initial attraction, but it's just she's a very gorgeous woman to me. Candace Parker, very gorgeous woman to me. Maya Moore, Skylar Diggins. I can't think of what her. Smith, she got a hyphen in her name. But those are people that when I see, I want to click on.
Right.
Because, just like when a woman sees Denzel or Chadwick, rest in peace to the Black Panther, Michael B. Jordan, Green Eyes and Ham. You know, I call Michael Ealy, that's Green Eyes and Ham. But like when they see him, they click because they want to see these guys that they consider as very handsome, and they don't care what they're talking about.
Or even MJ, dog. In our era, MJ would not have been as massive as he was worldwide without women flocking and wanting to be like. If you watch Oprah, couple times he was on Oprah, the white woman in front, I'm sure they don't watch games like that, but they knew who Michael Jordan was. He's chocolate. He got the bald head. He got the earring. You know what I'm saying? Like 6'6".
That's how he got Jimmy Butler mama. Like, because women love. Look, did you see the picture of Jimmy Butler with the 2 earrings in his ear?
I did.
Like MJ, he had the 2 hoops. Yeah. I'm like, if that ain't that man, something. But I digress.
They look like Ken. But to your point, like the fairness, the whole deal. I think women want to be fair. They want fairness. They want quote unquote, equality, but they don't, to your point, if they're marketed in that way, they like, okay, that's cheap. You're objective, you're
objectifying.
You're objectifying me.
But we do it all the time.
Right. But I'm just like, you can't have it both ways. Like if you did that, then you could probably get some of the money like the NBA is getting, but you don't want to be looked like as a piece of meat. Or look as a sex symbol, but as a man, you looking like, I'm cool. If you like it, I love it. I'm getting paid. I'm fine with that. I got a wife at home. She ain't tripping. I'm not out here like saying I want you, but I'm just out here taking off my shirt, doing whatever. You know what I'm saying?
And like
for the industry or whatever.
Man, women love Steph Curry, but to be honest, like if Steph Curry went with us to the club, like a lot of people wouldn't be checking for him because he looked like somebody's little brother. Right. He looks like a little kid. Yeah. No disrespect to him. He's a great player, great shooter, great like whole nine. Mm-hmm. But the appeal is you got all these moves, you got all this money, you're in my face all the time. So for all intents and purposes, you're a sex symbol now. Like Clay's younger than Steph, but women love Clay more than they do Steph. But Clay kind of got to look like, you know what I'm saying? Like, and we know he grew up in the upper class.
Right.
But Clay looked like he could be standing on the plate. Clay looked like a gangster. Like, he looked like somebody that, like, they would want to really mess with.
Yeah.
But, like, for Steph, the appeal is like, oh, he got all this money. So, but his wife don't care.
Right.
And he doesn't mind being on the Under Armour commercial and the muscle, like, all of these commercials that he's on and doing his thing. And even commercials, like, with his kids and stuff. Like, he don't care. He getting his money. Like you said, care that you think of me as a piece of meat. I'm trying to get my paper.
Right.
I'm making sure my kids got generational wealth.
Yeah.
You're worried about wearing a dress in a Maybelline commercial or a Victoria's Secret, wearing a lingerie when you with your woman. You do that anyway.
Right.
You do that anyway. When you get comfortable with your other woman, you're wearing a lingerie or something. Anyway, when you should be thinking, let me get this money.
Right.
And then you're also opening up to people who necessarily wouldn't be your audience, but it's like, oh, this shit playing. Let me see what's going on.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And again, like, if I don't really know you or I don't see something about your game that I like, and that's even with the NBA, like, if I don't like the team, I'm not just watching because it's ball. Like, I mean, if I'm trying to think of who's not good in the NBA. Like, if Sacramento and give me an East team. If Sacramento and New York playing or Charlotte playing, I'm not watching.
Mm-hmm.
I'm straight.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, if those two bottom feeder teams is at the top of the lottery every year are playing, I'm not watching. Mm-hmm. Lakers and Miami playing, I'm going to tune in. Milwaukee and I watch Chicago because that's my team, even though we're at the bottom. But that's why I'm watching. It ain't because
y'all are excited to watch.
You see what I'm saying? We got Zach LaVine, right? Yeah, but I'm just saying, like, if Milwaukee and Orlando is playing, I'm gonna watch. But if Cleveland is playing, I can't think of nobody on the West WAC, but
Phoenix.
If Cleveland and Phoenix playing, I'm not watching.
Right.
Even though Devin Booker is a monster, and I like DeAndre Ayton, you know what I'm saying? But like, and so I know these guys, but I'm not really just invested in that.
Right.
You know, so like, if that works for me on that side, then you got to also consider, if I don't know any of these teams, I maybe know one or two teams, and then y'all changed a lot of the original teams, because I used to mess with Houston. Right. You know, I was a big Cynthia Cooper fan. I was a big Cheryl Swoops fan. Tina Thompson, Kim Perrott. Like, I messed with the Comets. Like, that was my squad. Right. For the first 4 years of the WNBA, like, they won the ship.
They won it all 4
years. You know what I'm saying? Like, I used to mess with the Liberty when they had Rebecca Lobo and Witherspoon and JaVale McGee mom, Pam McGee. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like, I messed with the Liberty. Like, I messed with the Sparks back in the day when they had Lisa Leslie. Yeah. You know, we love the UT, Tennessee basketball. You know what I'm saying? Because being from Tennessee, like, we used to love. That's the only
Tennessee team I mess with. Like, and we know Lil E that play for football, for the Vols.
Shout out to Eric Gray, running back for the Vols.
For sure. But I can fool with them a little bit now, but I'm a Florida Gator fan, so I can't mess with them too hard on that tip.
But they women's team with Coach Summit?
Oh, yeah, those teams.
Coach Summit, but like, period. Not male, female. Yeah. Coach Summit was one of the best coaches, period.
Yeah, well, she was. Yep.
And you look at how many women from that team went to the WNBA. Like, and I used to be in love with Shamika Holtzclaw.
Yes, she was nice too. And so, and the whole thing about with the fairness and equality, I'm with you on, because I think they're willing to make the statement, but not willing to go the route or really mean what you say you mean. If you mean equal or you mean fair. Mm-hmm. Because equal is, okay, you see what these, what we're doing out here, what the men are doing, actually to market this and doing that. Are you willing to do that in order to gain enough capital for all the ladies in the WNBA to get the type of money that you're actually saying that you want to get?
Right. And then instead of them actually putting in the work and doing what needs to be done to get that for themselves, it's like, oh, well, y'all just give us some of y'all's.
See, yeah, that's
what I'm saying. So, like, it's okay for all these women to like y'all, even though some of y'all may be homosexual, bisexual. It's okay for all these women to like y'all, and y'all getting all this money. But we want to be, and I forget who the woman was who she wrote a book out. She played in the WNBA. But she wrote a book, but she was saying how she was treated differently because she wasn't a lesbian. You know what I'm saying? So like they like she faced a lot of issues with her teammates and and so it was like she was shunned because you're not doing it. And she felt like, and this is somebody who was in the WNBA, said it's an agenda to push that as opposed to like pushing basketball and pushing femininity and pushing girl power. You're only pushing the girl power of people that are lesbians, and I think that that's wrong.
You know what I'm saying? Andre Iguodala, I don't know if you knew, he got dragged by the girl. She played for Washington because Iggy came out with a few years ago that he wasn't going to let his daughter play basketball because he thought, that's the agenda that they're trying to push on his daughter, and he wouldn't want that. And she got mad at him saying, I remember you said this, and pretty much like F you and everything else.
But this is how like another conversation, but to say it's not an agenda would be asinine. Yeah. Because like name a cartoon now that you can watch and you have small children. I don't have a small child now, but she's getting out of that phase. But name a cartoon, and SpongeBob, Adventure Time, Steven Universe. They're pushing this. Now keep in mind, like we know people that we grew up with, and we had Transformers, GoBots, G.I. Joe, Power Rangers, He-Man, Ghostbusters, and none of that was pushed per se, even though like some of the characters, like we look at Hanna-Barbera, what's the little pink panther looking thing, Snagglepuss. Yeah. It's like when you listen, they're like, oh, okay, I can see that now. You know what I'm saying? Like, but it wasn't thrown in the face like, oh, this is what it is. And guess what? Some of the same people we grew up with, they still ended up being homosexual. Like, that didn't have to be thrown in the face. Right. If that's who you are, that's who you are. That's the way it's gonna go. But now it's like, pushing. You know what I'm saying? And so. And again, we live in an age now, we live in a beautiful age where it's okay for you to be who you are and to live your life and to live your truth and to be yourself. But it is a thing of where they try to force that on people. You know what I'm saying? So like when I'm looking at the WNBA, like think about it. All of the top people that they highlight. You know what I'm saying? What's the girl's name? The lady's name, Del Don. Phenomenal player. But that's one of the things that they highlight about her. Right. I don't care about who you sleep with. I care about your ball playing. Right. But when you're throwing that in my face, like that's not my thing. Right. Yeah. I'm never going to support anything that persecutes somebody that is like that's your lifestyle. I'm not going to support that. Like if somebody says that somebody's to be persecuted for that, I'm good on that. I'm not going to support that. I don't think anybody should be persecuted for anything. Now, if you're trying to force me into accepting your racism or accepting your bigotry, like, no, I'm not. You can't force me to support that. If what you're doing is going to hurt me, then yeah, I'm anti that. But like, if that's what you want to do on your time, fine. Yeah. I don't have a right to come to your door and tell you what to do inside of your house. But like, that's what's thrown up in my face though. So now I can't even look at your ball playing. Before I get to your ball playing, I got to look at all the parts about your lifestyle that I really don't know about, that I really don't care about. Right. And so now I'm already like, I'm good.
Yeah. And it's funny that you would think if this is actual what you want the type of money the NBA has. You want the type of exposure the NBA has. You would do, like to me, this is not even selling out. You know what I'm saying? It's just a matter of, are you willing to do what it would take in order to get those dollars in, or you're just going to say, we just want equal. We just want, we just want to be equal.
Okay, but if you're being equal, you got to still do that. Goes back to what we're saying. Yeah, I don't think a lot of these guys want to be taking their shirts off in commercials or be doing stuff where they got to be showing their muscles and everything. Every guy is not comfortable doing that. Right. Guys have body image issues just like women do. But they're looking at the big picture. I want this money. Right. So if I got to smile for the camera and show my teeth and flex and do all of that to get this extra $2-3 million a year, guess what I'm finna do? Right. I'm finna be smiling and flexing and taking my shirt off and making my biceps jump because I want that paper.
Right.
Now, as long, and again, I think it's wrong if you say, okay, you know what? Even though you're a lesbian, go ahead and marry a man, have sex with men, and make these videos and be seen with all these men. Okay, yeah, that's selling out. And I don't think anybody should have to do that.
Right.
But to say, hey, you're beautiful. Like, everybody would like the way you look. Go and do this Maybelline commercial. Go ahead and do this Victoria's Secret commercial. Go ahead and do this MAC, commercial. Like, show, your femininity so that people who normally would not look at you will look at you and be like, right. Case in point, you remember the Sports Illustrated body issue?
Yep.
Where the people was basically like naked taking pictures. It was some homosexuals and lesbians taking pictures in that, but I guarantee you it was people checking out the lesbians because it's like, man, she got a bad body.
Right.
It was some women checking out the homosexual men like, okay, I don't care if he is gay, like, he fine to me.
Right.
They got that money.
Right.
If that's what you're trying to do. And they didn't have to sell out. They didn't have to sleep with nobody they didn't want to do that.
Right. And that's, yeah, I want to almost end at the point, I just think that if you want to be equal, you have to be willing to get into the context of what that actually means. That could be in your household. That can, go to the industry, as we're talking about with the WNBA. Are you willing to go through what that man goes through, on a daily basis, as far as being accountable, being responsible, doing everything of that nature? Are you willing to have that context to go along with what you say that you wanted to be equal with? Because if not, you just talking, you want all the results and no work.
Yeah.
So, I think that was, it's a good subject. Like I said, we might have to go to another part 2 to kind of get into this even more.
Yeah.
Just get off kind of the WNBA thing, but I think it's something that.
And just so y'all know, if y'all got some negative comments, like, me, like I don't say anything from a place of malice. If you got some issues with it, unfortunately, that's a you problem. Because I'm not attacking anybody. I think opinions are like buttholes. Everyone has one, and nobody smells better than the next one. So my opinion can be wrong, and I'm cool with that.
Yeah.
But don't force your opinion on me either. Like, just like you don't have to accept my opinion, I don't have to accept yours either, and that's okay.
Right.
We can have different opinions, but I'm not going to be put in a position where I'm forced to have to apologize because something that I think up here that I don't get on. Try to get people to hurt other people because I think that made you feel uncomfortable because I think that way.
Right.
Because guess what? If I see you struggling with something, if I see you with a flat tire on the road, whether you like men, women, both of them, whatever, I'm gonna help you change your tire. If you're walking in the door behind me, I'm still gonna hold the door open for you. If I see you being mistreated in the street, I'm still gonna stand up for you. Judge me by my actions and my character, not based off of my opinions, whether they may be outdated or archaic or whatever you want to call it. Nobody can say that I've oppressed anybody. And whoever says that I did, I will look them in their face and tell them they're lying. My track record speaks for itself. But anything that I say, I can stand on, and I believe you're the same way. We can go 10 different levels on why we stand on what we stand on and believe the way we believe.
Yep. With that being said, people,